The other day, I was looking online and I found a cutting board for $220. Before I even realized it, I was already thinking about how I'd do it differently. More contrast, more pattern, more character, more like something that I would build. And that shift in how you see things, that is how woodworking gets you. It rewires the way you look at everything. A few years ago, I would have talked myself out of building it before I ever started. Or even worse, I would have just bought a cheaper cutting board. But then the sawdust changed me. Now, I head to the lumber yard because I know I can build a better version for a fraction of the cost. So here's what I made and what it taught me about confidence. But how did I change? As I said, I would have talked myself out of it before I even started. The excuses would have poured in. I don't have a place to do it. I don't have the right tools. I'm not good enough to build that. But then one day, I stopped making excuses and I started making sawdust. My wife used to joke that every project meant a new tool. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. But looking back, the tool wasn't my problem. Confidence was my problem. That board did not change. That wood did not change. I changed. That confidence wasn't built by watching. It wasn't built by planning. It was built by doing. By making mistakes, fixing them, and showing up again the next day. It came from sawdust. The more I built, the less intimidating projects became. But then something else happened. Something that I never expected. Because now, when I see something that I like, my brain doesn't say I can't build that. Rather, it says, I'd change the wood. How about this pattern? I'd make that design my own. So what would I change? The original was all walnut. Beautiful wood. Can't ever go wrong with walnut. But I wanted more. I wanted contrast. Walnut and maple, my personal favorites. I wanted that pattern to pop. Something that caught your eye across the room and makes you stop and go touch it. I've built a cherry and walnut version before. And that got me wondering, what would walnut and maple version of that look like? I could already picture the vision already in my head before I ever touched a single board. And now, I just had to find out, did it look as good as I thought it would? But can I actually build what I'm imagining? Like I said, I built the cherry version before. Everything started locally. First step, mill everything flat. Good projects start with good stock, always. Then I ripped everything into strips. And at this point, I'm working on instinct. Sure, walnut and maple look great together, but are they gonna look good woven? Now the vision is becoming reality. It's more than just an idea. The first glue up locked the outside pieces around the thin, contrasting wood. It still didn't look like much, but I knew where I was headed. And then I flipped every other strip for glue up number 2. And now the pattern starts to come alive. Then cross cut those strips, rotate the pieces again, and the pattern was alive. And it felt right. It felt like mine. And then the final glue up. So here's the part I always look forward to the most, but I've never quite know how it's going to turn out until it happens. So did the pattern actually work? At this point, you have to trust the design. You have to hope you were right, but you don't actually know, at least not yet. And then the board comes out of that final glue up, and it's time to flatten, run it through the planer. And this is the first time that board really reveals that grain. The end grain glows, contrast pops in a way that not even I expected. And it's that moment, that's when I knew walnut and maple, well, that was the right call. Roundovers, sanding, finishing. But what did that finish reveal? That never gets old. That's the moment it stops being a project and the beauty shines through. But was it worth building instead of buying? The original board is still a beautiful board. Good materials cost money. Skilled labor costs money. Time is money. Good work deserves to be paid for. So this isn't about proving anybody wrong, but building changes the equation. I handpicked that wood. I chose the pattern. Every decision passed through my hands. And that makes this board one of one. Different than anything you can find online. Mine feels personal, it is unique, and it feels like something that I would build, because I did. That's the advantage of making over buying. You're not limited to what already exists. You get to create what you wish existed. The only limit is what you can imagine and what you're willing to build. So what's the real payoff? The cutting board isn't really the point. The lesson is, building changes how you see things. After enough projects, something in your brain shifts. You stop looking at the world the way everyone else does. You start thinking about how you'd build something, what you'd change. What woods could I use in that? You start to see possibilities where most people just see price tags. And that's what confidence actually looks like. Not knowing everything, but being willing to try anyway. For the cost of that one board, I built this one. I still have money left. More lumber, more inventory for my small business, more gifts, more projects, and eventually you will also stop seeing price tags and start seeing projects. And before you know it, you're headed to the lumberyard. Until next week, get in the shop and be a maker.